Amen. Shalom to the elect
Shalom.
of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, we'd like to start this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash.
double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Salutations unto the 144,000 doing the work of the Lord in all truth, honor, and sincerity. And shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children who believe in His word being taught unto them. It's your brother, I'm Noah Allah. I'm joined by the beloved brother Khalab. And we're here to go into a lesson entitled Internalized Self-Hate Causes Eve to be Cruel to Her Offspring. Internalized self-hate causes Eve to be cruel to her offspring, because when you look at the situation within the Israelite community, of course, we're under the curses, but along with us being under the curses, a lot of us were brought up in a single parent household, man, in which I'll be honest with you, man, when I was growing up, I thought that was normal. I thought it was normal to only have mum in the house. Why? Because everyone else who was around, every other Israelite who was around, that it was the exact same demographic. But what we failed to realize, or what we didn't realize at the time, is the major impact it had on us as people, right? Growing up, because Eve is inherently wicked. So with that, if you're under wickedness, then if your example above you is wickedness, what do you think is going to come with you? All right. So I'm just going to bring out this quick precept. If you want to say anything, Khalab, feel free. I'm just going
Yeah,
to grab.
I just touched on your point that you made there for a second, because basically there's children are very sensitive, and the vibration that you put on them when they're young often can end up shaping and forming how they grow to be as adults.
But that's
And
in the
as we're gonna
scriptures.
get, yeah, so like yeah,
That's in the scriptures. I'll get that for you.
yeah. Um, so what you're gonna see is, or what we're gonna point out is that we've been an abused people. We've gone through hardcore slavery, you know, dealing with the plantations and stuff. Obviously, a lot of us, well, most of us, aren't. We didn't physically go through that yesterday, but it's left physical and psychological scars on our people to where now abuse, and acts of violence is kind of normalized in Jake families. Like, I'll use myself as an example. One of the things I was told as a child, you don't talk about family business with strangers. So whatever, like, let's say I got a beating at home, I wouldn't go out and go talk to strangers about it at school or whatever. I'd be like,
Right.
well, that's my home life, and if I talk about it to a stranger, that's betraying my family. So it's kind of like there's this whole thing of abuse, and it gets it's sort of like kept under wraps, so that
Mm-hmm.
enables the so-called black woman to get away with murder in her household and think that she's untouchable and above reproach. But the thing is, women aren't supposed to be the head of the household. You need a man in the household for the balance, And that's not
Precept.
to say that men can't be abusers as well, because men can be abusers. But what I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
say is, Eve doesn't know how to measure the discipline, and
Right.
oftentimes she goes over the top with it. Um, I'll use an example. I'm not going to go too deep into my family stuff, but when my grandfather used to beat my mum and my uncles and aunts on that side, it was oftentimes because the grandmother had said something to the grandfather to make him do it. So she was actually the what would you say? What would you call that? Someone who
Yeah, you call that basically your how can I say it, man? the analogy is with a gun, right? So your grandma loaded the gun, and then your grandfather would shoot it.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. But anyway, not to go too deep into my own personal stuff, but I'm just using that as an example because we're going to show some video examples of this type of behavior in modern day, like happening even up to like I think one of the videos is from quite recently, like earlier this year. So I'll let the videos and the scriptures talk. I've said my part for that.
Come on, I just want to bring this out, these two scriptures out real quick. Excuse me. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 27. It says, "Behold, this have I found," said the preacher, "counting one by one to find the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found." All right.
Khan.
And what's this one man representing? That one man represents a righteous man. So for every 1,000 men there is out there, there's one righteous man. But for every 1,000 women that's out there, there's not one righteous woman. Okay. And as we was going into, most of us grew up in a single parent household, and it was under the vibration of Eve. Now, I'm going to let the videos play, but I'll leave you with this question. When you look at the Israelite community as a whole, what has been the outcome of us being brought up under the nigger woman? I'll leave you to answer that.
Mm. Well, this is the thing. It's just been it's allowed it goes back to the Willie Lynch letter, really, where you can break down families and have break down essentially break down the nation by setting up the woman in the role of leadership and undermining the man, and then she raises her children in reversed roles, where she'll raise the daughter to be more masculine and the son to be more effeminate. We're living through the consequences of that even to this day.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll let the videos and the scriptures talk. You got it.
Khan. So let's play this first video.
Right. Let me just preface this one. So the first video we're going to show, because basically a lot of these abuses are taking place in the education system, and this is why for those of you brothers who are parents, I probably don't need to remind you of this, but you've got to be vigilant about who you're leaving your children with and what they're teaching them, because this first example is elementary school teacher trying to indoctrinate children to pledge allegiance to I think she says the Afro American people. Now, let's just put it this way. We're not Afro Americans, we're Israelites. She doesn't know that. Obviously, she's in the world and she's on some black consciousness tip, right? But the thing is, they're not her children. They're other people's children. And what she's teaching isn't part of the curriculum. She's imposing her own beliefs and ideas onto the people. Now, let's say she was indeed in the truth and she knew she was an Israelite. First of all, it's not a woman's place to be teaching, right? Secondly, the scriptures talk about be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, because you're basically giving the enemy an opportunity to come against you because you're not using sound judgment. So, like, let me just get this one. Get a precept.
I'll pull up on here. What precept do you want?
Matthew 10 and 16, Baba Kishar.
Khan, you got it.
Right. Matthew 10 and 16 says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." Now, that's an important part of this precept, because what can a sheep do if a wolf comes upon it? A sheep's not got like sharp teeth or claws that it can fight a wolf. The sheep is the prey. So we are the prey in Esau's system, right? It says, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, therefore be ye wise as serpents and as harmless as doves. So let's say this woman was indeed in the truth and she knew about Yahweh and Yahushai. That's not, you shouldn't be teaching that in a public school classroom because it's been caught on camera now. And imagine if it was the flip side, right? Where you had an Edomite teacher getting the children to support white supremacy. How would that look? You know what I'm saying? Like, women aren't supposed to be teaching in the first place, but even so, you know, you can't be doing it in that forum. Let's play the video and it will speak for itself.
Can't. Fair use, fair use.
As always.
Any of these videos, you know, this is purely for educational purposes.
And one. Face up. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the Afro-American people. Under God, I will protect freedom, seek peace, honor our ancestors, and encourage and support the development and prosperity of people of African descent. You may be seated.
You got it.
And this is why, man, you know, I'll bring out a precept. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 11. It says, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Now, I said the S word here, you know, because when you say the S word to these women, it's the end of the world. Subjection? Slavery? No, there's a reason why. And I backed it up with another scripture. Job 39:17 tells us, because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding, man. All right? You know, because what this woman is doing is she's forcing ideologies down these children's minds that ultimately is adverse to what really she should be teaching them, or really, you know, the kind of ideas they should be having. All right. That's why when we go back to 1 Timothy 2 and verse 12, it says, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to assert authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression, man. And this is
Beautiful
why
precepts.
This is why, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, man. This is why, and we were just touching on this before we you know, hit the button, man. But this is why, you know, a lot of the time women have a problem with, you know, getting, you know, with the whole Hebrew Israelite program, man. Because what Christianity allows is it allows for women to still have a voice, to push feminist ideas. You go to the Christian church, you might have a female pastor, right? And she's talking all kind of bullshit.
Yep.
But it's like this is the world that we live in today. You know, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. But I mean, with women being the leading figurehead in a majority of Jake homes, and then now even in the schools, you know, you got a lot of Eve that work in the public school system, man. My mother worked in the public school system, all right. But what happens is it allows them to force their wicked ideologies onto these children, man. Which just one more precept before I have to you, right? You know, the scriptures say precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. All right. Proverbs 22:6. And this is something Esau Edom knows. And that's why, again, when you look at these educational settings, you have like a Jake head teacher, you got Jake teachers, teaching assistant. I know, so when I say Jake, I'm talking about female Jake.
Yeah, even on the school boards as well.
Yeah.
High up in the education system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They be head teachers or even panels above that. Eve be all up in there, man, because Esau understands this one thing. And this is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You got it, Kalab.
Yeah, and that works on both sides, because on one hand, you've got Esau trying to teach your children about the alphabet. Forgive me, something in the background just startled my cats. One of them fell off the door and they all ran out the room. Let me try and recapture my train of thought. Yeah, on one hand, you've got Esau trying to indoctrinate your children to be part of the alphabet community, and then on the other hand, you've got Eve trying to indoctrinate them into some other kind of black consciousness madness. So your child's getting bombarded from every potential angle, and that's not it's not easy to deal with. And I'm speaking as someone who isn't a parent myself, so I can't really say too much. But the precepts that you brought out were on point, because you said train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it.
That's right.
Well, that's why it's so important to be training up our children with these scriptures and these precepts, because Christianity is not doing the job. For the most part, with Christianity, you're taught about, the hippie, come to me, everybody, I love you, Jesus, which isn't the truth. So these children aren't really getting a good foundation in the scriptures, which really teaches. The scriptures are the best teacher, because that imparts, the commandments, morality, how to deal with people. You can learn that all from the scriptures, man. And the scriptures are essentially the ultimate tool. Obviously your children need to learn about science and mathematics too, but really a good foundation in the scriptures will set these children up for life. Anyway, back to you.
That's right, man. So should we go into the second video?
Yes, please.
Hold on a minute, it's muted. Start again. Fair use once again.
I want to hear why, but do you think that calling Elon...
Salakis, you know what? When we was watching this video here, there was a video that caught my attention, and I said I want to watch that a bit later. So I opened.
Oh, so you got it. So it's in the history. Yeah.
Forgive me. Yeah,
right.
this is the right one. Salak, yeah.
Trade families brokenhearted, oversight botched, all involving special needs students who were physically abused by a teaching assistant.
And Darcy Spears now investigates a series of failures that left vulnerable children right in an environment of ongoing abuse.
The sounds of silence accompany a studious atmosphere for Javis and his family, but at school, the silence of staff members masked something sinister for the 8-year-old special needs student.
Our teacher, she's getting mad at us, and then she'll try to smack us.
Javis mumbles and talks into his fist as he recounts the pain he endured in 3rd grade at the hands of the woman he knew as Ms. Joy, a special programs teaching assistant who'd worked at his school for 3 years.
When she visited us at lunch, she pushed me down to the floor.
Hard to believe, but in August, LaJoy Schwenke pleaded guilty to hurting Javis and 2 other special needs students in his class at Helen Her Elementary.
First of all, I feel like I didn't protect my grandson in enough time. I was let down. And I don't want him to feel that he can't trust the school or the people there.
On December 6th, 2017, school police discovered a pattern of ongoing verbal and physical abuse by LaJoy Schwenke. Officers interviewed 5 Helen Her staff members who'd witnessed the abuse over several months.
Oh, yes, it was covered up. I mean, the report says it all.
On various days from October through December, the police report says Schwenke was cussing and screaming at the students in her special needs class. On one day, she threw Javis to the ground and dragged him across the blacktop. On another, she threw her school work keys at Javis as he was entering the classroom and said she wished she had hit him and would have if she had been faster. She reportedly threatened all her students that if they came up on her, they would receive an elbow in the face. And she told another staff member not to leave the students with her because she will choke them out.
No one had said or done anything.
Not until the day police were finally called, when Schwenke hit Javis over the head with a book and later grabbed him, causing him to fall to the ground and hit his head on a wet floor sign in the cafeteria. School surveillance cameras captured the incident, and though the district refused to release the video to us,
You know, it was a cafeteria full of people. It was no way that it could be hid anymore.
that morning when Schwenke went to work, she's quoted by others as saying, "Today looks like a good day to lose my job."
And she went and harmed not one, two.
And Salakia, man, let me just pause that there, man. Today
You got it, man.
is like a good day to lose my job, man. That just goes to show you the pride that oozes off Eve, man, and just the whole thing of you know, no accountability, man. It's like she doesn't even recognize the repercussions of her actions and the fact that you literally saw that Jake child, man, you know, the way, you know, body language, and
Yeah,
you can tell he's
talking
got
into his hand.
yeah, right, you know, signs of low self-esteem. He's not really sure of himself, and she's not really factoring those things, man. She just wants to just you know, the thing, it'll be something silly, like she's just mad at the world. She's just mad at men, and everyone has to suffer because she's just so mad.
Yeah,
You know?
you hit the nail on the head. And the irony is that she was called Miss Joy. I mean,
Wow.
you know what I mean?
Wow.
And the thing is, you look at her, you see that that profile shot they had of her. She looks like a fucking beast, man. And
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but I'm gonna have to say it. This is where these women, they've been given a free pass for too long by men. She's good
Right.
at dishing out the violence to young children,
Yeah.
but she wouldn't do that to someone her size. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's almost as if she got off on the abuse. Like she
Absolutely.
took sadistic pleasure in inflicting pain upon the poor children, man.
That's
And
right.
if a man was in this situation, maybe he'd have been able to put her in check.
Can't, but then you know, unfortunately, we live in a society where most of us were brought up
Just
by
by
the
the mother
women. So
and the
it's like
grandmother
the
and the
man,
auntie.
the aunt, yeah. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I remember in my old job, man. I've seen the effects of that, man. Let me show you how bugged out Jake are, man. You know, because Jake men be strong physically but weak mentally. All right. I had this dude in my old job. You know, he was a so-called Ghanaian. All right, he an Israelite dude. You know, good build, muscular and whatnot. But in the mind, he was weak. You know, he's with a nigger woman, and he's got sisters, right? And he says he loves it when women are rude to him. He's like, yeah, I love that. Yeah. You know, it's
He's
fun.
the kind of guy who liked to be trampled over by women.
That's my point. That's my point.
Basically,
He's like,
human doormat.
and the reason why I brought that out is because what you said is exactly what you said. It's like, yeah, you know, I grew up around my aunties, my mom, my sisters, and I see how they are, and you know that's what I like. And it's like, no, you are destroyed, man.
Yeah.
You are destroyed, man. That's not normal. You shouldn't want a woman to be up in your face talking shit or, you know, giving you all kind of attitude, and that's just you're just getting aroused, man. That's some crazy shit, man. That's some crazy shit. You know, let me bring this out real quick. This is Micah 7 and well, first of all, let me. I was gonna start at 10, but let's start at 9. All right, because ultimately we need to understand that the reason why we're experiencing these curses is because of our sins, right? So Micah 7 and 9 says, "I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him." You see, that's one thing we have to hold ourselves accountable, man. All right.
Yep.
You know, the scriptures talk about how the creature was made subject to vanity, but not willingly. So ultimately, we was the one that transgressed the law, statutes, and commandments. And you know, ultimately, this is the outcome of that, man. All right. It says, "Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire
of the streets."
You got it.
Yeah. And I've got another one to back you up, actually. This is Isaiah 3 and 12. As from touching on the Jake you just mentioned, who liked to be a human doormat because he was raised by his mama and his aunties and whatever. Isaiah 3 and 12, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths." So this is the thing, like you said earlier on about women getting high up in the education system. It's really not a good thing because when these women get too much power, it can go to their head. Like this teacher here who was talking about today seems like a good day to lose my job. That's basically like saying code for saying, you know, I'm gonna do some wild shit today and let's see how far I can take this thing. She knew what she was doing was wrong, man. Abusing that poor child. This is the thing, man. It really pisses me off when I see people abusing vulnerable people such as these children because they can't fight back. And the thing about it is that boy, the reason why he probably kept quiet for so long is because the teacher was in a position of authority.
Right.
So he probably thought, oh, I'm doing wrong because the authority is supposed to be right. You know what I'm saying? So he suffered in silence for however many years she was abusing him. You know, so that's just few things get my back up more than that, man, because they're picking on vulnerable victims, which is these children. You got it.
Yeah, I'll continue the video.
To 3 students,
including Rosalind Smith's son.
I'm hurting inside because I'm like, why didn't you tell me that these things were happening?
Like Javis, her son kept silent too about the teaching assistant's abuse.
She made him feel as though he was doing something wrong. She basically put fear in my child as well.
The parents we spoke to believe school staff here at Helen Her Elementary had numerous opportunities to protect their children, but failed to act. I had to call the principal repeatedly, and when we finally did speak, he declined to make any comment at all.
Well, I mean, I think, the buck's got to stop at the school.
Attorney Neil Hyman is working with 2 of the families.
I think the school's got to learn from this. And I think the only way a school learns from this is by incidents like this, where people speak up.
LaJoy Schwenke pulled Rosalind's son by the ear, put her hand on his face, and pushed him. She also pushed a 3rd student, causing him to fall and or hit his head on a concrete pole. Schwenke did not return our multiple calls for comment. Police say she initially denied the allegations, then began to cry, admitting some personal issues had been taking a toll on her, and she could feel herself getting more frustrated and needing a break.
There we go. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Right. So she wasn't crying when she saw the children getting hurt. She's crying when she gets caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's only crying because she got caught, man. Whereas and this is the thing, man. These Jake in the world, they lack empathy.
Yeah.
They'll inflict the pain and then sleep good and not even think how the victim is feeling, man. These women are just cold like that.
Yeah. That's right,
Heartless, man.
These
That's
women,
like
go ahead.
you know when you're in, well, use this analogy, but you know, in gangs they've got hitmen, and like, you know, the order comes down, yeah, this guy's got to get taken out. The hitman will go in there, shoot the guy, and leave and go home and sleep perfectly fine, because to him he's just doing his job, and the emotions aren't. He's not emotionally invested in what he's doing. You know that, you know, they call him the Iceman or whatever. You know, someone who's just cold like that. That's how these women have become. You know, you think women were supposed to be nurturing, you know, caring. They've just become brute beasts, man.
I got a couple scriptures for you.
Bring 'em
Right.
up.
This is let's hold Sirach 25 and verse 19. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of the sinner fall upon her. All right. But the thing is, this world is so backwards. You know, you got these shows, the popping balloon shows, you got these podcasts and all this nonsense, and it pumps the whole ideology that these women are clean and their shit don't stink, and men are what's wrong with the world, and everything that's wrong with the world is all because of men. It's like, no, you know, you need to understand that even something like childbirth, do you not understand that the reason why every woman from every nation has to go through the pain of conception is because of Eve? All right. So you just, you know, and I'm not saying that us men are just clean slate. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you just pushing that ideology is pure ignorance, man. You know, you don't really hear accounts of male teachers doing this to their the children that they're you know looking after, man.
Good
and a lot
point.
of the times as well, just one more point if I may, is that when it comes to single parent households, statistics show that if it's a single parent household and they're raised under the father, that child will actually turn out all right. But if it's a single parent household and they're raised under their mothers, man, well, you see the results of that in our community, man.
That's right. Very well said. Very well said.
One more scripture, if I may, or to be fair, I might hold that one off for a bit. I'll hold that one off. Let's read that. But that caught me, man. Is that all of a sudden now, and this is the thing that annoys me, man. It's just this whole you just act up, you be a complete demon, and then you pull the victim card, man. That pathetic, bro.
Yeah.
Pathetic. Let me rewind. I'm gonna let the video play again, but I'm gonna just rewind it a little piece.
Yeah.
So that you know we can hear that again. Some bullshit, man.
He did not return our multiple calls for comment.
Give me this. There's special needs children as well. So these children are even more vulnerable than your regular child at the school. And she's carrying on like that. Why would you get in a job like that if that's what your nature's like? I don't understand it.
Because as she said, you know, wait, I'll let it play again and I'll pause it, right? Listen to what she said.
His head on a concrete pole. Schwenke did not return our multiple calls for comment. Police say she initially denied the allegations, then began to cry, admitting some personal issues had been taking a toll on her. And
some personal issues had been taking a toll on her. So what did we title this lesson? We entitled this lesson, Internalized Self-Hate Causes Eve to be Cruel to Her Offspring. This ain't even her damn children, man. These are someone else's children, man. But because of her, as it said, some personal issues, man. Maybe the guy that she wanted, you know, maybe she was with a guy and he just couldn't put up with her shit anymore, and he's packed up his bag and gone, and she can't handle it. Now all of a sudden, everyone's got to suffer now.
Exactly. It's like what do they call it? Scorched earth. scorched earth attitude, like, well, it didn't go right for me, so I'm going to burn the whole place down.
And that's the mentality that these women have, man. And that's why you have the Israelite homes destroyed, because it's like, well, my life is fucked, but this, that, and the third didn't go well for me, so now everyone has to just suffer now. But it's like, if you really had any, you know, I don't want to go on for too long, but if you really had any sense, it's like you would rather, you know, you should be of the mindset of, well, I went through X, Y, and Z, and I wouldn't want my children to go through what I went through. I want to build a better life for them. But with Eve, it's just like, well, no, if I don't get to be happy, no one gets.
No one can. Yeah.
And she could feel herself getting more frustrated and needing a break.
And, you know, I have to actually give some kudos to the school police because they do a very thorough investigation and apparently took this matter very seriously.
School police recommended charges of child abuse, saying a person responsible for the safety and welfare of children caused them to suffer unjustifiable pain or mental suffering. Although the DA filed 8 misdemeanor charges of battery and assault, Schwenke cut a deal, pleading guilty to 3 battery charges, 1 for each student. She got no jail time, a 90-day suspended sentence, some community service, anger management counseling, and no contact with minor children.
Basically, it made me lose all respect for the judicial system.
And now...
Yeah, why? Because she basically got a slap on the wrist, man.
That's ridiculous, man. If it was a parent doing that to their own child and Child Protection Services found out about it, I'm sure that parent would do some jail time and the children would be taken away from them. But she just got 90 days and anger management. And why is she cutting a deal? What deal could she possibly cut when she's been caught? But again, this is Esau's justice system for you. Esau perpetuates the negative situations rather than actually taking steps to address and cure them.
That's right. And now, what I'll ask is, if it was a man, would he be receiving the same punishment?
No.
So that goes to show you, man. This is why, you know, Eve feel that they're
entitled,
you know. But when you go to Isaiah, where's Isaiah? Can't see Isaiah. There you go. Isaiah chapter 32 and 9. It tells us, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." And how do you give ear unto the Most High speech? By listening to his men, the men of the Lord. Really, you should be listening to a man, right? If a woman should learn anything, she should ask her husband at home. Okay, but the problem is, you women don't perceive that Israelite man speaking as the Lord speaking. You just see it as just a nigga with fringes on, just screaming scriptures. But it's more to that, right? Verse 10 says, "Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." Yeah, this old way of life of feminism and, you know, not being held accountable, getting away with murder, treating men however, you know, however you want to treat them, abusing other people's children. In this instance, man, that time is coming to an end, man. Yep. All right, that's why, you know, Micah 7:10, as we read, it said, "Then shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets," man. Because you're just going to be in a world of judgment and calamities and, you know, just dire straits. And that's going to be ultimately the reward for your wickedness, man. Because this shit's crazy, man. I can't, you know, I line up the videos, but this is the first time I'm watching these videos, and this shit's crazy, man.
May I bring out one precept, Baba Kashar?
You got it.
This is Sirach 25 and verse 1, right? Because what you got to remember as well is that the children she's abusing aren't her own children, but that little boy was a child of her own nation, right? And really, we're supposed to look after, you know, our neighbors. Like if you see your neighbor's ox going astray, you know, you take it and you bring it back. We're supposed to look out for each other. So that shows how much our nation has been destroyed because her eye is evil towards a child of her own nation and her neighbor's child. She's not looking out for her neighbor's belonging. So let me bring out this precept. Surah 25 and verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful before both the Most High and men. It says the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, and a man and wife that agreed together. Those 3 things. So what 3 things are lacking in Jake communities today? All 3 of those aspects are lacking. That's why our people are destroyed. So it's not going to change until obviously Yahushua comes back. But in the interim, the elect are going to get it, and they're going to try and do something to rectify the situation. But as a whole, a lot of our people are going to have to be destroyed and come back on the other side until they get it right. And that's when they'll get it right, I should say.
Yeah, man, that's a heavy point and heavy precept, man. Wow. All 3. That's us, man. That's us. Let's finish this out. We've got about 45 seconds on it.
Both families,
I'm broken inside by it.
must rebuild their trust in the school system.
He has to go to school, but I keep a close eye now that this took place.
No one from the school district would go on camera for this story, saying they're unable to discuss personnel matters. LaJoy Schwenke is no longer a CCSD employee. She resigned in May while her criminal case was pending. Since teacher assistants are not licensed educators in Nevada, the state cannot take any action, but the state is developing a corrective action plan for Helen Her Elementary after the school failed to report the incidents to the state special education department, which they're required to do by law. Darcy Spears, 13 Action News.
Niggas covering for niggas.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. And you know that's true because it's like you can you could be in a room full of women in which they all have different ideologies, but just because it's coming out of another woman's mouth, she will fight tooth and nail to defend whatever the fuck she's saying, even if she don't agree with it, just because she's a woman.
Yeah.
You know? And they're just dead set against anything righteous or anything that a man has to, tell them, man. That's crazy, man.
But that's not the only case. Check this.
All right, this one's what substitute teacher caught beating female special needs student on camera.
Tonight, Tiffany Chanel Langford is out of a job, charged with aggravated assault.
Look at her face, man.
That's what
she
I'm
don't
saying.
even give a fuck. She don't even give a fuck. But we should care when Eve is in the middle of Jacob's trouble, having a train ran through her. Men just dealing with her how they want to, and she just being left trotting down at the middle of the street. She doesn't even give a fuck, bro. Look at her face.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at her, you think, oh, that's, she's just a nice girl.
You think it's a Facebook picture?
Yeah, butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. She wouldn't hurt a fly. You see how she's throwing them flipping white hooks and stomping the girl out. I mean, this is sick, man. But you understand why the apostles say, stay away from the
ninja woman. Yeah, man. Right. I'm not script.
After a violent outburst caught on camera, the 32-year-old substitute teacher seen punching a 16-year-old.
Hold on a minute. Look at the way she's battling.
You see the stomp?
Yeah.
You see the head stomp?
These be the same women talking about, oh yeah, they be the first to lose their shit and to call the police when a man lays hands on them. Look at her. That's a man right there, man. That ain't no woman. She's about as feminine as a tradesman, bro. She's about as feminine as a carpenter. That's some bullshit, man. But somehow, no, you got it.
That's a clip that if we didn't know the context of it, right, that looks like a WWE wrestling match. You know, a couple right hooks throwing them to the ground, doing a head stomp. That's something you'd expect to see in WWE, man. Not in a classroom, and not with a woman with a special needs child who's supposed to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Special needs student repeatedly before pulling her from her desk and appearing to stomp on her head. The family's attorney telling NBC News the girl is now suffering from blurred vision and memory loss. What sparked the attack is still unclear, but school officials say deputies arrested Langford, who was then fired. The district posting on Facebook, under no circumstances that behavior tolerated at Lehman High School.
It's scary to know, that things like that are happening in school.
In a statement, the student's family is demanding justice, saying, "We are shocked and disgusted after seeing the abuse and excessive force used in this teacher's attempt to discipline a special needs child." Tiffany Shadell Langford was not available when we visited her home for comment. And tonight, that family's attorney tells me that
let me just say this real quick. She most definitely was available, man. Because you know how it is. You know how you're laughing because you know how it is, bro. Remember that before the mobile phones were on the scene, and you was in the house and you had the landline, and then the landline would ring, right? And then your mother would make you pick it up, all right? And then you be speaking to Auntie Jennifer. And you be speaking. Who is speaking? It's Auntie Jennifer. And you see your mom in the back.
Yeah.
This is the same shit, man. Look, they get a knock on the door. All of a sudden, they're shutting the doors. They're turning the lights off.
Yeah.
Bullshit, man. You see, we know, like, it was all birds of the same feather, man.
the 16-year-old saw a neurologist and trauma specialist today because of the injuries from this attack, adding that family members and loved ones are standing close.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our
Let me bring out precept on
channel. Subscribe.
Because she thinks she got away with it, right? There's a precept here.
Call it and I'll bring up on the screen.
Yeah, this is in Exodus, Exodus 21:24. Because the Most High sees everything, man.
Do you want me to read it and then you get into it?
Yeah, please do, Baba Kasha.
This is Exodus 21:24. It says, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe.
Right. Even when we read on to 26, Baba Kasha.
26. And if a man smite the eye of his servant or the eye of his maid that it perish, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake.
And 27.
And if he smite out of his manservant's tooth or his maidservant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake.
Right, so you read all of that to show that, yes, punishment is in the Bible, but there has to be a measure to it. You can't go just beating up on someone because you had a bad day.
Yeah.
And then you beat them excessively to the point where maybe you blind them in one eye or you knock out a person's tooth. There was always supposed to be measure in issues dealing with that. And that's about having a right judgment rather than wrong judgment. And these women don't even understand that. But because they've got the freedom to operate as they will in this society, this shows what they really are. They've not got no self-discipline to be able to not hold back and use excessive force when it's not needed. Again, this is why you need a man to balance the situation. A spiritual man, not just any old man, because you've got men walking around out there who are just as effeminate and will get triggered over the littlest shit and want to throw hands or maybe pull a gun or even pull a knife because they're in their emotions and they're not dealing logically.
Oh man, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. They're in their emotions, man. That's what separates man and woman, is the fact that men have logic, men think things through, but a lot of the time women act on impulse. You know what I mean? If us men acted on impulse, man, there'd be a lot of people dead. All right, but we actually, we sit down, we think things through, we breathe, we judge situations according to the scriptures, and that's what allows us to navigate down the right direction, man. But with Eve, once she's in that emotional state, she forgets that there's repercussions for her actions, man. Because once she reaches that emotional state, it now becomes a thing of she feels that she's justified just because she feels a certain type of way. And it don't work like that. But you see, what's happening through the spirit is that we're in a time where the Most High is putting the spotlight on these wicked ninja women, because quite frankly, the ninja woman has gotten away with her bullshit for far too long. And now we're in a time of you got passport bros now. Statistically speaking, the ninja woman is the least desirable woman, the least the race with the least marriage rates. All right, and this is all as a result of their wickedness, man.
That's right, and very well said, because at the end of the day, this is the time of revealing. Esau's being revealed for his wickedness. Well, guess what? Now Eve's being revealed for her wickedness too, because that stuff's happening in the classroom. Imagine what's happening in the houses behind closed doors. That doesn't get talked about, that doesn't get seen by other people and brought to the attention of the authorities, because Jake's got that whole, I mean, I grew up in this mindset of like, you don't snitch, you don't tell, so that kind of stuff can be happening, I should say is happening to Jake from their own parents sometimes in their own households, and it doesn't get reported on or talked about. But yeah, we can move to the next video, Baba Kishore. I think the next one we might have to jump around a bit because it's a bit longer, but we'll play the beginning to hear the context, and then I'll tell you where to jump to where the mother gets questioned. I think this is the right one.
You're going to jail because of the injuries to your daughter.
Okay. Physical injuries, saying that the little girl, your daughter, had a busted blood vessel in her eye, and that she said that you had hit her in the face yesterday multiple times. I got statements from the kid saying that yes, this child got hit yesterday, but there was different statements of how she got hit in her face yesterday, of how many times she got hit in the face.
Watch how this mother get arrested at school after teachers notice her daughter had been injured from her mom's beatings.
All right, now tell me what happened with your sister.
She kept on getting the answers wrong.
All right, so when she got the answers wrong, what happened?
She just started getting hit.
So show me how your mom hit her in the face. Just like that? Mm-hmm. All right, do me a favor, stop. All right, so your mom hit her, how she hit her? How did your mom hit her?
Let me just say this real quick, man. Look, because I'm assuming this is that mother, this is her son speaking, right?
Yeah, she's got 3 children.
Okay.
And the older daughter got beat up by the mother, and
So
this
what?
child was witness.
Notice his behavior, man. Why is he swinging about the chair like that? Like, what are you doing? And I'm not saying that, it's not his fault. It's not his fault, but it's the outcome of being under the vibration of the wicked nigga woman, man.
Yeah.
This is the men of the future that's being raised under Eve, man. He's gonna go from swinging about, twisting around on chairs, just lollygagging, to putting holes in niggas because they looked at him for too long.
Yeah. And look at how he speaks about the abuse as well, like as if it's just another day. It's not like
she does it all the time.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can I get a lollipop? You know, that's
Yeah.
just crazy.
The front of her hand or the back of her hand? Her hand on the forehead. Did she hit her anywhere else?
Like that? Not like this.
Not like that.
Okay.
She hit her in the face too.
Where in her face? How? Like that? Just like that? With an open hand? Was it with an open hand or a closed hand?
Open.
How many times she smacked her on the face?
She kept on getting the answers wrong. That's how many times she smacked her on the face.
So every time she got an answer wrong, it was a smack.
She was stuck on one question, and she kept on getting the answers wrong. So, if you keep on getting it wrong, I'm gonna hit you. And she did, and she kept on getting it wrong, and she did.
And it was the same question she was getting wrong?
Yes.
So how many times did you say she got the same question wrong?
Probably like 20.
So do you say your mom hit her 20 times in the face?
I don't think so. I think it was probably like, she got in a corner, and then when she got out the corner, it was probably like on,
if you have to guess an amount, or how many times did you say you heard a smack?
probably like 8 times, but I can't count that high, so I only have 10 fingers.
You would hear it? You would actually hear the smack?
Yeah, like this, the pound thing.
And it was across the face right here, right?
Yeah.
What side of the face would you say she got hit on?
Side.
What side is that? The mom hit her on the left side?
Yes.
Alright. Did she hit her anywhere else?
On her forehead, and then she just hit her on her head with her 2 arms, and then she hit her like this.
Where?
On the teeth.
On both sides of her face?
With Vinted's new electronics category, you can earn with no selling fee.
Crazy, man.
See, this is what Eve's getting away with behind closed doors.
Yeah.
This is what Eve's getting away with behind closed doors with no man on the scene.
With no man on the scene, man. Which is exactly why Eve needs to be brought up under a man. But you see, let me hold God, Eve. 1 minute. Because this is ultimately the funny thing is, man, this all that we're going into, this all goes back to the garden, man. You know, and that's why it's important that the scriptures, you know, we read them with understanding. All right. This is 2 Corinthians 11:3. It says, "But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach," man. All right, because ultimately it was Eve that was beguiled by the serpent, man, and engaged in that alternative philosophy rather than, you know, the way of truth, which was originally given unto her, man. You know, so this is the because you know the perfect, well, I say perfect, the match made in hell is Esau and Eve, and that's what you have right now. You got Esau, you know, this is his world, and then well, we use that gun analogy. You know, Esau is you know, he loads the gun and Eve shoots it, man.
Yeah.
And this is what we see. This is why, look, man, you have to, this is why women don't understand that they need the men of the Lord, man. They need us so that they can be in order.
Yeah.
Because and that's also why Esau attacked the home, because Esau knew that at the moment he gets the man up the house, that will destroy the Israelite community, man.
Big time.
That boy right there, that boy is destroyed, man. You might see, he's a bit. No, that boy is destroyed, man. All right, and that's the result of him being raised up under the nigger woman, man. This is Lamentations 4 and 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness, man. You got sea monsters. You got Leviathan, man. You got Leviathan in the sea, right? Which, by the way, Leviathan ain't just one Leviathan. There's a whole tribe of Leviathan, male and female Leviathan, okay? And even they draw out the breast and give suck to their young ones. How many accounts have we heard of? Oh yeah, Eve leaves child at home unattended for 3 days to go out to a fucking, and then come back. The child is dead. Or if they don't get, if they finding it hard to look after the child, they're just going to leave the child somewhere. You know, go put them in the buggy, just leave them out there and just hope. You know, and not even think about it, not even feel bad. The fact that they can even just have all this unprotected sex and basically turn their bodies into a cemetery with all these aborted fetuses that they have, right? Like, that's cruel, man. That's cruel, but they want to sit down and turn around and tell you that men are the problem, man. And again, with me saying that, I'm not saying that us men are completely... Look, we got our own shit that we got to deal with and, you know, change and whatnot. But we can acknowledge that, man. And that's why we come into this truth, because we realize how far we have, you know, gone from the ways of righteousness, and we're trying to you know, get back on the right path. We're actually, you know, you've actually got a few you know, elect men out there that's on this journey, man. What are you doing?
Can I bring out a precept, Baba Kishore?
You got it.
This is Deuteronomy 28, starting at verse 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman... Shall I read it, or do you want to...
No, I just think I had the tab open here, but it's gone. But I'll just bring it up on the screen. If you want me to read it for you, I can. Alternatively, you got it, man. Whichever.
I'll read it.
You got it.
Deuteronomy 28 and 56 says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter, and towards the young one that cometh out from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for the want of all things secretly, in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. So the point of the matter is to touch upon the precept you brought out about how even, you know, the Leviathan draweth out the breast. Our women have become cruel, not just to the Israelite man, but even towards her own children. And that's where this internalized self-hatred is played out. Because like you said earlier, Eve's feeling some kind of way, so everybody's got to suffer because of it. I mean, that's just such a ridiculous mindset to have, but that's the mindset of our people. That's why we need deliverance from these curses, man.
Can't. That's right, man. We need out, man. Did you say you wanted to kind of jump in this video?
All right, yeah. So we've established that the boy was saying that his sister was getting beat because she kept getting answers wrong. Now that's a fault of the mother, because if your child's getting an answer wrong, she doesn't understand. So what you're gonna do? Beat her into understanding? That don't work. You need to take time and explain the situation so that she can understand. Then she'll get the answers right. But Eve just like, okay, it's like you know, in a television back in the old days when they had the CRT TVs and the signal might go a bit fuzzy, they start banging on it, hoping that will, you know, make it work. I mean, that's not how children work.
Right.
You know, you beat them for discipline. Like, let's say your child does something legitimately wrong. Like, I don't know, maybe you caught your child stealing. You know, you discipline it in that way, but for getting an answer wrong on homework, that's just fucking ridiculous. So if you want to jump to about the middle of this video when the mother gets called in, let's see. Yeah, there. Back it up just a little bit.
Yep. Look at her, man.
The beast of a woman, man.
Beast, man.
Like, back it up just a tiny bit more, because watch the energy Eve comes in. Yeah, just a touch bit more.
Look at her face. I've done no wickedness.
Yeah, we should bring that precept out. Actually, that's actually a good one. A wicked woman eateth and wipeth her mouth. Let me get it.
Yeah, Proverbs 30 and 20. I'm
Okay,
gonna play the video.
What's that?
I'm gonna play the video once you get that.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, what did you want to get it before we play the video?
Yeah.
Oh, can't. So like, yeah.
Because I'm just sometimes we quote scriptures, that we know, but it's good to bring them out because it's the first time some listeners are hearing of these things. So if we actually go to the precept, it's good. Did you say Proverbs 30 and 20?
Yep.
Yes, this is it. Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. There's another one, actually. Hang on.
But yeah, this is the way of an adulterous woman, man. But end of the day, the latter part of the verse, I have done no wickedness, that applies to really anything that Eve does, man. Eve can hey, I remember in my old job, man, I was, I finished work, right? And I was walking to the car park where my car was, and I was crossing the road, and look, man, most of you, in fact, really, you women shouldn't be driving, man. To drive, that's a man's thing, all right? Because she was maneuvering the car and she was clearly struggling, even though she was barely moving, and she damn near clipped me, man. She hit my leg. Obviously, it was at a low speed, it was nothing major, but she actually clipped my leg, and she didn't even apologize, man. She just looked at me and she just drove off like she didn't do a damn thing. I've done no wickedness. This is why, look, man, this is why it's going to take Jacob's trouble, man, for these women to humble down and really learn how to be held accountable, man.
Yeah, I got another one for you, which will sum up this woman that comes in here.
Yeah.
You can read this one if you want. It's Sirach 25 and 17.
Sirach 25 and 17. Oh, man. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. And that is facts, man. And that's why you have most of these ninja women out here looking like damn beasts. Looking like beasts, fucking gorillas, man.
and it's not to shame.
Right. And it's look, I don't want to go this direction, but I'm gonna do it for the sake of edification, man. Every emotion that we embody carries a particular vibration about it. That's why you can tell, someone can have just a dead straight face, but with that dead straight face, you can, if you're good at, you don't even need to be amazing at reading body language. You can see someone with a dead straight face, and you can ascertain whether they're feeling emotion of positivity or whether they're feeling emotions of negativity. A lot of the time, when you look at these gorillas, man, these big Shirleys, they've just got this face, man. That just embodies just bitterness, just hatred, and just anger, and just like,
you know what I was gonna say. You know what I say? They look like someone's just like taking dog shit and smearing it across their top lip, and they're getting the first whiff of it. It's like nasty face.
You're trying to say more. Man, the area that I live now, like you walk past people on the road, and they say good morning to you. You try to say morning.
Mean mugging.
That makes you the wrong thing, man. You know why? Because look, Elder Apostle Gabar said this, and when he said this, right, it always stuck with me. He said, the ninja woman is most happy when she's miserable. I repeat, the ninja woman is most happy when she's miserable. I'll say it one more time. The ninja woman is most happy when she is miserable. She loves to be miserable. You
and
got
she's
it.
even happier when she's making other people miserable.
Oh, hey, hey, what's the saying say? Misery loves company, man. That's why she embodies the mindset of, well, if I'm unhappy, well, we all gonna be unhappy.
Yeah.
That's why she's what's 5 plus 5? 9. Oh, what's 5 plus 5? 8. Like come on, bro. How does that, rather than you explain, oh no, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you learn, man. What do you get from just unnecessarily just applying the rod of correction, man? Really, you're the one that needs the rod of correction because you're damn fucking out of order, man.
Well said. Very well said.
That shit's crazy, man. Where was we? Let's go back to this nigga bitch.
Right, yeah. Play it from here and watch the energy the mum comes in with and how it flips on her.
Can't.
I can tell by their faces.
Explain to us what happened yesterday.
I don't have to explain anything to anyone. Okay, well.
Dodging accountability. Right. Dodging accountability. I've done no wickedness.
And did you hear how deep her voice is? I don't have to explain anything to anybody. She's just like a law unto herself, man.
Right.
But I love the way the police flip it on her. Watch.
Put your hands behind your back now.
For what? You're under arrest.
For what? What am I under arrest for? Who did I do?
You don't want to talk to us?
Well, why would I have to be arrested because I don't want to talk? Is that a crime? You're under arrest.
No, replay that, Baba Kashar, man. Because that's funny. I don't have to explain anything to anybody. Okay, you're under arrest. She didn't expect that turnaround.
Right. And this is the thing. Eve only want to play ball when she realized, oh, okay, now it's serious now. Okay, then she want to play ball. But when you have the chance to just cooperate and have the conversation, I don't have to explain anything to anyone. Listen, man, the Most High is breaking that spirit, man. That you just get to act however you want, and we just the world just falls at your feet. Yes, Eve.
Yeah.
Sorry. Those days are over, man. We read that in Isaiah chapter 32. It said the vintage shall fail. That whole feminism bullshit, that whole I can do whatever the hell I want, you can't tell me, that is coming to an end, man.
For child abuse on your daughter. And we have the
my daughter for what?
So like you replay the part where she comes and says, I don't have to explain anything to anybody, because she's bringing the energy that she has in her household into this situation, not realizing that, hang on a minute, you're now dealing with
law enforcement,
the authorities.
Right. Because you know why? Because she thinks she's the authority. Because
exactly.
She can, because of how she deals with her children in her home, she now, remember that, look, man, and again, the social media, all right, and all the ideology that's pushed out there, Eve be thinking she's untouchable. She's the authority. Can't no one tell her shit, not even Esau. Well, guess what? Esau gonna put you in your place, man.
Yesterday.
I don't have to explain anything to anyone. Okay, well, put your hands behind your back now. For what?
You're under arrest.
For what? What am I under arrest for? Who did I do?
Well, now
all of a sudden her voice gets softer.
Thank you. Now all of a sudden she's the victim, and we just spoke about this before we hit the button, man. All that, oh yeah, you want to act all tough now, and then when shit hits the fan, now you the victim, man. Look, the Most High is look, man. It would behoove you women to just fall in line. That's what I'm gonna say.
Go on.
Well, why would I have to be arrested because I don't want to talk? Is that a crime?
You're under arrest for child abuse on your daughter, and we have the
my daughter for what?
Statements and the photo proof from her injuries to her lip.
What injuries? Ma'am, come on, ma'am, please. Ma'am,
No, bastards, man. I had to come in. Oh no, it's just the internet. And I promise you, man, my internet is fast, man. all of a sudden, it want to act up, man. Let me try refresh. Hold on 1 minute. Salak, guys. Salak, yeah.
I'm trying to do is get my kids because I work from home.
Damn, man.
didn't abuse
I've done no wickedness.
Yep.
anybody.
Okay, so there was allegations that
Okay,
came
but
in.
Oh, come on.
I mean, let me just refresh it, man. See, Satan mad.
Motion array exposed.
We speaking on his partner in crime, man. He mad.
While this buffering, I've got a precept.
Come on.
This is Isaiah. Because if you look at the state of this woman, Isaiah 3, starting at verse 16. Moreover, the Lord Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts.
Ouch.
In that day,
Hold on a minute. Let me just get into that one in verse 17, man. That's okay, talking about that boldness, man. Every ninja woman out there has a story of why they're bold. No, you're bold because of a curse, man. You're bold because of your wickedness. That's why you have to go to Elam, right? Selling you all that Brazilian weave and all of that, just for you. Imagine that, something that all other nation of women have for free, the glory of their head. You actually have to pay for it, man. You actually have to, and if you don't, you walk around with a damn coconut head, man. That's crazy.
Looking like Jada Pinkett.
But guess what? even exactly. But even after that, they still proud, man.
Still not humbled.
You got it.
All right. Verse Isaiah 3 and 18. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their corals and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers. Could you imagine any of this on that Rule the Beast they had in that office? The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel. She's wearing a flipping what looks like a female wife beater in there, and leggings. Female version of a wife beater and leggings.
Oh, shit. She a child beater.
Yeah, exactly. The changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins and the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And here's the point. 24, Isaiah 3 and 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. You saw that woman's belly, man. And instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. So you're literally seeing the curses manifested in the way that these women look. It's not, they don't just look like that for any old reason, man. That's the curses being played out on their asses. That's why they've got flipping arms the size of, like, you know, Hulk Hogan used to say he had those 24-inch python arms. That's what these women have got, man.
Yeah, man.
And now she wants to act like the victim in the situation.
Right.
Man, please, please. What about when your children were saying please, please? Didn't want to hear them then.
So you weren't hearing that, man. But that goes to show you the double standard that they live by. You know, I can do it, but you can't. Yeah, well, that's changing, man. Oh, it's muted.
The photo proof from her injuries to her lip.
What injuries? It doesn't, ma'am.
Now she wanted to.
Ma'am, all I'm trying to do is get my kids because I work from home. That's it. I didn't do anything. I didn't abuse anybody.
Okay, so there was.
You know the funny thing is, yeah, if these officers were stupid enough to just say, "Oh, okay, we hear you. All right, fine." What do you think is going to happen to those children once they get home?
They're going to get a beating for opening their mouth. And
right, from the seemingly innocent woman, right? who's done no wickedness. She's just working from home, right?
Allegations that
Okay, but the allegation shouldn't make me be going to jail.
I gotta tell you. So it came in for physical injury, saying that the little girl.
You still there? All right, got a few technical difficulties here, so I have to wait till the brother comes back. Bear with us a second while we work it out.
Hey man, Salakia, man.
That's all right. Glad to see you back.
Yeah, just I've got this little booster that I got connected here, but it's just packed up, just acting up, man. So I just disconnected from that. Give me a second. I think the video should work fine from now as well. So
Okay, cool.
Technical difficulties, the water for the patients. Hold on a minute. Let's go.
Cool, we're back. The water.
Yep. Should be good.
There's no sound.
No sound?
Yeah.
Oh, Salakia, this is why, because I put in the wrong one. Excuse me. Here we go. That should work. All right. Yep. Should be all right now.
I'll explain something. Yes. Because there's no need to do.
Hold on. We'll be back in literally just a second, right? Just bear with us a sec. Cool. Satan's like, nah, you ain't watching this video, man.
You're going to jail because of the injuries to your daughter.
So it came in for physical.
Damn, you know.
Because there's no need to do all of this. I don't have no background.
And she's lying, actually.
I don't have.
She don't have no background.
No charges. I don't have no.
She abused their children before and got caught.
Yeah, well, that goes to the no accountability, man. You know, and you know what it is as well is that when you lie for so long, you often end up actually believing your own lies. So she could genuinely believe that she has no background, no tickets, no this, that, and the third, because she just, you know, she's a compulsive liar, man. So now her lie becomes the truth. Because when you speak to Eve, they always be talking about, okay, well, let me tell you my truth. It's never about the truth. It's always about their truth.
Yeah, my truth, as if that fucking matters. There is no my truth. There is just the truth.
The truth. That's it. Oh, shit. I was going to go back there. What was it? 7. Was that here? Yeah, you're just gonna have to bear with us, man. Satan being petty. Man.
Head to Chessington.
And they have to show an advert.
And I want to
Advert
follow Amber there, man. Hey, man, Satan be working, man. Hey, well, you can't even be mad. He's just doing his job. Oh, we got another one. He threw the double whammy. All right, let's see.
Yesterday of how many times she got hit in the face.
Okay,
that's
can
why
I explain something? Can I explain something? Yes, before y'all do all of this. Because there's no need.
Let's try 240p, man. But really, there's no reason it should. There's no reason it should be buffering like this, man. Absolutely no reason. You know, I'm because I've hotspotted it to my phone now, and I'm using my phone right now. Everything is loading up fine on here.
No need to do all of this. I don't have no background. I don't have.
Do you think maybe if we play another video and come back to this?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So let's try this last video here, man.
Yeah.
And then I guess he tried to walk back. That's when you grab him by the left shoulder, dump him in the chair.
Watch how this teacher gets caught abusing a child and immediately tries to justify her actions.
That's him? No, he's over here. Oh, that's him. Okay, him here? That's okay. We can all look together. That's our son, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Is that the teacher? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so look at this woman. Ah, come on, man. She's carrying the child by its arm.
Satan wants to bother us. Just gotta, hey man,
Gotta fight through.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't know if you saw it, but she picked up the little toddler by its arm and dragged it and stuffed it in the chair. And he tried to get up again, and she did it again. Now you're not supposed to pick little children up by their arm because their joints aren't very strong. You could dislocate their shoulder. So she got caught on camera doing that, and the director of the daycare center has called the parents and the police in now, because obviously that's abusive. So we'll just go from here.
Okay. I'm gonna be right. Excuse me.
You guys
Again, trying to walk away from this.
want to come out, please? The parents. All right. So listen, I'm gonna investigate this. I'm gonna ask you guys to just stay away. Don't say anything. Okay. I understand it's hard, but what's your first name, ma'am? Who first saw that video and
shit's ridiculous, man.
I come in and I just decide I'm gonna look at a video. Like today I'll decide I'm gonna look at this classes.
All right, so let me explain what's going on.
Yeah.
The woman there's the director of the daycare center, and what she does is every morning she comes in, she plays a random video of one of the classes and just watches it just to check that everything is okay. Today, on this particular day, she happened to come in and she clicked on the video and saw that woman dragging the child by the arm and slamming it in the chair. So she called the police and the child's parents, right? Which is what you're supposed to do. Unlike any other stories where you had the schools covering up the abuse because they didn't want to lose their reputation. This woman actually cares about the children first rather than the reputation of her daycare center. She actually, wants the children to be safe, happy, and healthy, which is a good thing. So she called the police, so you can play it from here.
If it plays.
What was that live when it happened?
No,
You
this
saw it
was
happen?
yesterday. It was not live. I saw it this morning at like 6:30.
Oh, so you were reviewing videos?
Yeah, I come in and every day, if I have a free minute, I just click on a classroom and pick any chosen time, and...
How old is that kid?
Probably 27.
27-year-old woman should know better, man.
Can't. Hold on. Here's what I might try and do, man. Let me try to pull it up on the phone, and then I'll show the camera, my phone screen.
Okay.
Spare me, Salakia. Got to improvise, man.
Yeah, Salakia, to those who are watching, technical difficulties at the moment, but we're fighting through,
Yeah, man. What the scriptures say how we fight not against flesh, man, but against
flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Ephesians 6:10.
That's it, man. All right. You see, it's loaded up fine on the phone. One second, let me just get to where it is. Volume up. Once again, fair use.
Did she hit the kid and then grab him by one arm?
That's what it looks.
All right, cool. Hold on. Make sure it's let me do this. Hold on. What do I want to do? This here. Let's try that.
Okay. Yeah, that's visible.
This morning at like 6:30 when I
so you were reviewing videos?
Yeah, I come in and every day, if I have a free minute, I just click on a classroom and pick any chosen time, and...
How old is that teacher?
Yeah, that's good.
27.
Did she hit the kid and then grab him by one arm?
That's what it looks like to me, but if you look, you'll see where it looks like she's out of them. See, it looks like she's...
She just grabbed the thing real hard.
By one arm, flung around. That's not appropriate. You cannot handle children.
Yeah, well, there's what's not appropriate and there's what's at the level of criminal. Is she acting like that with any other kid?
I didn't notice her to be aggressive at all, and nobody has said anything to me.
Well, nobody's gonna say anything, especially not the kids.
But if co-teachers or other teachers in the building, if they notice something, they always come and say, hey, is the so-and-so okay? They seem a little under the weather today or something. I haven't gotten any complaints, no complaints.
Watch more videos or?
No, honestly, if you want to know the truth, I bawled my eyes out and stopped it because I was been doing this for 30 plus years and I've never had to tell you because I think that teachers don't understand.
All right.
Do you think that
All right. Can you see the screen? Can you see it?
One sec. Let me get back to this.
Yeah, was you able to see it?
Yeah, I can see it as well. I can see it.
Okay, good. So we've established that the daycare worker abused the child. So the director found the video and then called the police and called the parents. So now the police are going to interview the woman who did the abuse. We can forward in time to when she comes in the room. I'll have to see the video to know where it is approximately.
Is it around this bit here? Hold on 1 second.
A bit more forward. I have to see the time, the time bar. Yeah, a bit more forward.
5 seconds. Okay, cool. Hold on 1 sec. This is I'm doing it backwards here. So I'll be this way.
Yeah. So just rewind it a little bit. Yeah, here we go. So they've called her in the room. And the thing is, I don't know if you can see it from here, but she's wearing a hoodie, which on the back says Death Row Records. Now, why would you wear a hoodie which says Death Row Records when you're working in a daycare center with little children? Is that really appropriate attire. You know. Anyway, let's play it.
And my partner is gonna read you about your rights, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Turn it up a bit, Baba Kasha.
This is the loudest.
Okay. There's subtitles so they can say.
So yesterday afternoon around 4, you were here in the class with kids, and video showed that you pretty much grabbed one of the kids and put him in a chair. So is that do you remember doing that? I think so. Like after that, around 4. Okay. That was right before you left. So what happened? Can you go like more into detail? No, so we want to hear from your point of view.
Yeah.
She knows she done wrong.
Yeah.
Misconduct on your part. So we're here to try to figure out exactly what happened. So if you want to go throughout your day, tell me what happened, what time you came in, and
Well, we have right now, we have about 8 kids on our roster, and I believe yesterday we only had like 7 kids. Pretty normal day. It was my first day back.
She's saying a lot, but she's saying nothing.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you grabbed them or what exactly you did? So you picked them up by one arm? Yeah, I picked them up by one arm. These toys, I know it's a normal day. So we watched the video. It looks like a little breast. No, I know. I put them in the chair and I know that things are breaking my nail. So I know exactly what it's there.
See, she knew what she did.
Mm-hmm.
She said she broke a nail doing it, so I know exactly what you're referring to. But yet she's acting like she's innocent.
I've done no wickedness.
Yep. No accountability.
Mm-hmm.
It was like very aggressive gesture. And then you did grab you said like one arm. Pretty much carried him by the one arm, putting it down. And then I guess he tried to walk back and you grab him by the left shoulder, dump him in the chair. That's the video that I was just watching. And you just keep the chair after.
And you know what, man? Let me just quickly say this, man. All these Eves are the exact same, man. The reasoning behind what they do, the choice of excuses, how they try to wiggle their way about. If it came across like that, no, you did. You know what you did. You're guilty. Just take it as it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, you see, as men, when we come in the truth, we don't get a chance to be in that spirit. This is what you did, or this is what it is, and this is what's going to happen. That's it. None of this. Oh well, if it came, no, it's not about if it came across like that. All right, we're
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Call a spade a fucking spade, man. We're all grown ass adults here. We know what's right. We know what's wrong. You choose to do what's wrong. Okay, fine. Well, then you're gonna have to deal with what happens when you choose to do what's wrong.
Yeah, I've got a precept. Actually, hang on. I'm just finding it.
Go on. I just Oh, you got it, yeah?
Yeah, I'll just read it.
Let me just share the screen. I'll pull up in here as well.
Okay, Khan. Job 9 and 20. You can read it if you want when you get it up.
Khan.
The water.
This laptop going crazy, man. Let me just get on the phone, man.
You on Windows?
Yeah, but the internet's working fine on my phone, but on the laptop is like okay. Job 9 and 20. Ah, beautiful. If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse.
Khan. That's why, we say this at camp. Sometimes when the rebuke comes, sometimes the best thing to do is just shut up and take it, man.
Shut up.
Because the more you try and justify yourself, you're just making the situation worse for yourself because you're denying that accountability. But that's something that women tend to do, rather than just, hey, look, yeah, it was me, I done wrong, man. They're gonna, oh, but please, and no, I had a bad day, I was going through emotional drama and all this kind of crap. No, man, the excuses don't matter, man, especially when it comes to something as serious as abusing little children, man.
Khan.
You got it.
Let me just try and give this one more stab. 1 minute. Hold on, man. I mean, we're pretty much almost done it anyway, man. So let's just firm up there, man. Here we go.
Is it normal to grab the food? Yeah. Move back one arm and just like that. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but it's about how you do it. Stop playing stupid, bitch. I hate that dumb
Death Row Records hoodie.
Yep. We're trying to act stupid. Look at her. Body language.
And pick him up on his shoulder.
You said it's against the rules. Do you know, based on your training, you said 3 years you've been a teacher? 6 years, sorry. I understand that. Lift for the child up by one arm.
And Salaki, I'm sorry, this is weak, man. This is weak, man, because the Eve does this all the time, man. It's always the whole thing of they in the moment, because they're justified and fueled by emotions, it's fine. But then afterwards, I've just come to
I
my
could have
senses.
done this. I should have done that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
But then guess what? She will do the same bullshit again, man. You see, look, the world has woken up to your shit, man. All right, and it ain't gonna stand. It's time for you to pay for your sins, man.
Yep. Not much more to go on this.
Can't. We can end it on this video anyway.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Question for you guys.
You know what happens? We're going to send everything to you outside, so
I'm going to see the child and
She's gonna get the stock of her life, boy.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be arrested.
Woo!
No.
Yeah, and you see, this is what I mean. She's in that same spirit as the other bit, for which translates to I have done no wickedness.
Yeah.
The same thing. Exact same thing.
Please.
Based on the video and everything we have long enough, the family wants to prosecute. I'm
Ooh.
gonna take off your earphones. He just spoke.
Quick question: did you just wanna look at him and tell us if you believe there's any injury on him anywhere on his body, please? I'm sure there's. Okay.
The only thing that I can
Yeah, so now the nigger woman is crying in the back of the police car. And she calls the lady who called the child, the police and the parents to tell them about it. She calls her a nasty cracker, which is kind of funny because again, it's the case of I'm the victim. You know, I'm always the victim. Everybody's against me. They're trying to get me. When you done the wrong, man, just hold your hands up and admit that you done the wrong, and take the shit. Like if you don't, as the saying goes, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And again, you know, these women, they're just so heartless. They're not even thinking about child protection or child safety when really that's all they should be focused on in those job positions, man.
Can't.
You
We
got
can
anything
close out
else you want to
this
say?
one here.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 25 and 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. And that's why, you know, we have to follow after the ways of righteousness, man. Follow after Yahweh Shimei Shai, you know, the men above us that also be following after Yahweh Shimei Shai. You know, the scriptures say in Isaiah 30 and 20, this is the way, walk ye in it, man. Because all that trying to be in that same spirit as Eve, that I have done no wickedness. You just act on emotions, you're impulsive, man. This is the repercussions of just acting out of your emotions, man. All right.
Yeah.
If you're a man listening to this video, understand that as men, we are wired to think logically. All right. We actually think things through. So if you Elder Apostle Gobard did a video on it, we gotta get that nigger woman mentality out of our head, man. If you're the sort of individual who you just act out of impulse, you're overly emotional, you gotta cut that spirit out, man. And if you're a woman listening to the video and you just, obviously it's in your nature to inherently be emotional, man. But you gotta keep those emotions in check, man. And you can't let those emotions dictate your actions to where you're doing stupid shit like this, man, and then trying to hold your hands up high and walk back like you ain't done no wickedness, man. Because we're in a time in 2025, we're in a time where the Most High is putting you women on blast, man. And none of that shit of you just holding your hands up and walking back, or all of a sudden when someone breaks it down to you, you see the light. That shit ain't gonna run, man. So it behoove you to just, well, the scriptures always talk about examining ourselves, man. So really, we got the Passat coming up too. So now more so than ever, we're in a time where we should be examining ourselves daily, man. Whether we be in the faith and whether we're really living according to how the scriptures say we should, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And I've got one more preset to bring out, if I may, and we can close on this, Lord willing. The mindset that we have as men in the truth is that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You know, so we're always being watched and recorded. We know that the angels are taking an account of everything we do every day. Women don't tend to think like that, but they should. But
Right.
this is a precept on that point. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, every secret thing, whether it be good, whether it be evil. So, you know, the videos we've played there, those are instances where Eve has been caught doing the wickedness. But as I said, there's a lot of Eve out there who are doing wickedness in their own homes every day to their children, abusing them and thinking they're getting away with it when no, you might get away with it on this side, but the Most High sees all. And as we said, eye for eye, wound for wound, you know, burning for burning, stripe for stripe. This is the power that we're dealing with. So everything will be brought into account, you know. So that's the
right,
last scripture I've got to say on this one, man. You got anything else, or should you close out there?
Yeah, we can close out, but there was just one more thing that I wanted to add to that, but I kind of lost my trail of thought, man. Oh yeah, the Most High requireth that which is past, man. So that
exactly
mindset of, oh well, yeah, that was then and now is now. Nah, man, it's not gonna work, man. So just take heed and repent, man. that's it.
Bottom line.
Right? We all want to make it. All right. So you know, just fall in line, man. Just fall in line. But that's it from me, man.
All right, then, Khan, we'll close out there because we've been going nearly 2 hours now. So, once again, Thawada to the brothers and sisters who tuned in, watching, and hopefully learning. Lord willing, you is all edified. Once again, we'll close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach Double honors as always unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and who taught us this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. And Lord willing, we'll catch you on the next listen. Shalom for now. Shalom.
Shalom.